Would you like to tell the audience what you just told me about loving Avengers?
No, we've talked about the Avengers so much. Do we need to keep talking about it? It's okay.
I'm just fucking around. Just banter, playful banter at the beginning.
It's okay.
You know how we do it. The more I think about it, the more I love that movie, though. So, I mean, you need to get on the train.
No, my thoughts stay exactly how they did. Like, nothing has changed since I saw it.
Have you seen it the second time?
No.
You're fucking up. Maybe you'd really enjoy it the second time.
Maybe there's so much beautiful art out in the world that I don't want to consign myself to watching the same thing over and over.
I think you're right. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt anyway. So did you get everything watched for today?
I think so.
You think did you watch Cobra Kai? That's the important one.
Why is that important? Yes, I watched Cobra Kai.
Because you know why it's important. It's important. And such.
Guess what? YouTube,
and I'm pretty sure
I'm not getting my money.
That was going to be the discussion involved with it. Do we actually continue on with the series?
Sure, if it was free, but ain't no way I'm paying YouTube money. Nope, fuck that.
You're making a lot of good points, I guess.
I gain nothing from a YouTube Red subscription. Like, I cannot have ads on YouTube. Cool, don't care. I can watch PewDiePie's original content or whatever. Fuck off. No, thank you.
There's a lot of great content on there that I'm not quite sure about.
Ain't enough. If the major TV networks can't get me to pay for Hulu to watch shows as they come out, fucking YouTube ain't getting my money. So
that's a very valid point, I suppose. So let's see. We have to catch up on last week's Terror because we didn't talk about it, and it was an awesome episode. You're saying this week's Terror and this week's Legion were directed by the same guy, right?
Yes. And I think
Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld happened. That was a thing. Yeah.
What were you saying?
In Cobra Kai, right? Some karates.
Cobra Kai. Did you watch Super Troopers?
No, God no.
Okay, I didn't think you were gonna, but I figured I'd check to make sure. Did you see the indies you were talking about?
No, I didn't get a chance to over the weekend, so maybe this weekend. It's only Mother's Day.
Did you see Bad Samaritan though?
Yeah, I saw that. You want to start there? Because I don't have a ton to say. It's a movie.
Really? Fuck it, let's start there. How did you not like that?
I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood, but it felt like the kind of movie like you catch like 10 o'clock on Cinemax when you were 13. Like, it's just kind of slightly dirty and not very well done, but you might recognize somebody in it, you know?
That's accurate, it seems. Like in the theater I saw it in, it was like in the back corner, like the shunned corner of movies.
Yeah, the screen that holds like 12 people, you know, and you're just everyone in here is dirty. Like, no one should be in here.
I can't believe you didn't like it more, though. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I also have an accompanying story. Because, you know Memento, when he steals that sweet Jag from the other guy?
Yeah.
So Maserati makes a car that's almost exactly like that. And it was parked in the parking lot. So I was like, oh, that's a sweet looking car. I love that style. Then get in the movie. There's one dude in the back, way like up, so it's stadium seating. So he's in the clear back up on top, watching the movie along with it. And so like we watched the movie. There's the Maserati that's featured in the movie, and like he waited for me after the movie so we could talk about it down the hallway, whatever. And so we're discussing the movie, whatever, and I'm fucking high on this movie, whatever. And like, we get outside, and I parked pretty close to the Maserati. It was his Maserati, so 1,000 levels creeped out last night. I was like, this guy's definitely gonna follow me and murder me, and he's probably gonna, some valet kid's gonna find me.
Well, like like there was definitely, he was trying to abduct you. But
yeah, for sure.
I've reached that point where like I hate everyone in movie theaters. Like because they're all like, guess what, dude? Just because you walked out of the movie theater and we saw the same movie doesn't mean you need to interact with me. Like that would have bugged me that dude talked to me. But it's the same thing. Like when I saw Infinity War, right? So like the teaser happened. Fucking Nick Fury sets off the page or whatever. And there's a dad and these two kids there. And immediately I hated these two kids when I was buying my ticket. They were trying to bring a giant bag of candy in, and the theater owner was like, can't bring in outside candy. And the kid was like sad that his 5-gallon bucket of fucking milk duds and shit couldn't come in. So they ended up being in front of me. And like it ended, and the kid was just like, he looked over and he's like, it was Captain Marvel. And Dad's like, yeah, I'm really excited to see what she's like. And this dude's walking down the aisle and he just turns around and proclaims to everyone, he was calling Captain Marvel. I got it for you guys. And then walked out. So like in his sweet button-up Spider-Man polo shirt he was wearing. So like I'm just done with people.
I'm starting to believe that you hate the facilities more than the actual movies. Like, you're fine with the movie. It's just everything surrounding them that you just dislike.
There's a chance. Like, my favorite movie-going experiences are when I go and I'm the only one there. Big fan of that.
You know, that'd be huge for the movie theaters if they could just do private screenings.
Yeah, so there is this part of, like this idea of like, VOD and, the theater experience is dying and movies are meant to be on a big screen. And I agree to an extent, but I'm also like, fuck everyone who watches movies. I don't, like, I hate it.
You're making some really great points. I'm not sure if people should listen to them, but I guess they're good points.
Seriously. I love movies. There's a reason I do this week to week in and out with you. But like another part is just I dread going to like, especially like bigger movies. Like I knew there was not going to be anyone really at Bad Samaritan, but like when I was going to Infinity War, I was like, oh, there's going to be so many fucking mouth breathers here. Oh, I can't deal with it.
I love it. I thought this was great for. I didn't know the kid from Misfits was going to be in it.
Yeah.
I was immediately on board. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Because I think he's going to be a pretty big star, like, with a couple more movies. He's got a very Tom Cruise charisma about him.
Whew, you're really in the bag for this kid, huh?
I am. I'm 100%. Like, that's why Geostorm doesn't get a hateful 1 for me, but, like, just because I like that kid. And Gerard Butler. But, like, other than that, Geostorm can suck a goat.
That's something. That's something. Well, we all have our
So you're saying
things.
the guy that directed Geostorm directed this one, too?
Yeah, because Geostorm's been on the shelf for so long that he also made this movie. And that's why they can come out within 6 months of each other.
Right on. Yeah, I thought it was incredible. Like, the staying ahead 2 steps of this kid and like the maniacal sense that David Tennant like consumed. Like he was just a hardwired serial killer.
Yeah, but I also saw like a much better David Tennant performance as a murderous villain in Jessica Jones. Like,
see, this felt like a very big precursor to that.
He was some scenery. He got fed during this movie, that's for sure. What was that accent he was doing? It was so fucking...
That one I can't tell you.
I mean, I love.
Damn, I'm so surprised that you didn't like it more.
I didn't hate it. I'm just like, it was there. It was fine. It's not good, but it didn't hurt, so I'm out. Like, I just don't have anything to say about it, I guess. Like, it's a movie. It happened. I'm much more
I'd
excited
say
about
from when we saw Absentia, like this was such a much better like serial killer mystery type thing.
Well,
And
it
like
also wasn't
considering
spread out
the
over
other like
10 hours.
yeah, the other mystery type killer type things we've watched this year so far, like this one stands way above that all those.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I like the idea of this kid actually like coming forward, like even though he knows it's gonna screw up his life and everything just to save this chick, like that he walked in on a robbery and found this girl like chained up and everything, like the madness that ensued from that. It felt very real too, like because of all the messing with his life online, which directly related to like him setting him up to like his family getting fucked over and all that other stuff. Like it was very smart. I felt
It felt contrived to me, but sure. There you go.
you're a big jerk face. I'd say go see Bad Samaritan if you get the chance.
Well, I'm saying, like, it's a week where nothing else opened, and if you don't want to see Infinity War again, I guess this is there.
You're a real grump tonight. I see that.
Whatever.
Let's see where it goes. Let's go back to the terror since we didn't cover it last week and it was really good last week.
Yeah. So what do you got
because
on
of the Carnival?
The Carnival, right?
So did the chick become the creature, or
No.
was she just bloody from eating all the other things?
She cut her tongue out, my man.
What was that you cut out?
Oh, she cut her tongue out.
What?
Just like
I didn't know that she did that.
I thought it was pretty well there. No, like just like remember her dad? They said like his tongue had been cut out because he was the shaman for the beast. So she took her place as it and cut her own tongue out.
Oh, see, that's the problem. I was trying to make that jump because like when the creature is like fucking staring her down, I was like, oh well, something happened between these two, and like she shows up all bloody. I was like, did she just kill the goddamn thing? So I didn't. And that's a good point that she was taking over for her father rather than becoming the beast, I guess.
Yeah, because she even said
and then the fucking Carnival.
In that scene, like she even said, like, you know, you've been too long without a shaman. You know, we can't. You gotta have somebody. So, yeah, plucked her own tongue out. And then the Carnival.
She kind of wrangled in the beast.
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Yeah, and then you see the monkey going crazy from lead poisoning, I guess it was.
Yeah, Dr. Goodsir kept just feeding it the canned food to see if that was what was affecting the men.
Oh, see, I thought the monkey was just eating it normally. That like since its small body like ate much more than a random human, like they would be able to tell much quicker. I thought that was the way, but if he was just force feeding that monkey, I mean, it doesn't take away any of that, but like.
Yeah, it was good, sir. That was his experiment. He was forcing it to eat the tin to prove his theory that the cans were basically full of lead and poisoning the men. And that's why it ties into when he checks the monkey's mouth, it has the gum discoloration the same as the guy that he was checking in on. The guy who later shoots himself in this, or tries to basically, you know, suicide by attacking a Marine in this week's episode.
Exactly. So then you get the Carnival, which the main captain was still dealing with
DTs.
His detoxification, and then so the one in command didn't want to do it, but considering they were going to set out and abandon the ships, he figured give him one last hurrah before. And So they get that all set up, and the main captain is like, "Fuck this! I got to go to it. Show my men that I'm of strength and will, whatever." So he goes to it, and then Good Sir grabs the main medic, right, and tells him about the monkey and the teeth and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the medic that like barricaded everybody in, and then fucking lit everything on fire, right?
Yes.
Including himself.
Well, yeah, he was the start of the pyre, right? He stood there, his Jesus pose. Which, goddamn, that scene was so when fucking Crozier sees it happening, he's like, "Stop him!" And then nope, I'm gonna burn myself here. But no, it was, like earlier in the scene, early in the episode, one of the diver from the first episode had come to the doctor and was, describing all these maladies he had and these problems in his head. And the doctor's like, "Go enjoy Carnival, it's fine." And then Good Sir came to him and said, "Provisions are poisoned. We're fucked. We gotta talk." And he's like, "Keep it to yourself. I'll decide when to tell people." And basically, the doctor is just going, "We're fucked. We're all dead. Instead of slowly starving to death and lead poisoning, I'm just going to burn us all alive. Let's just get this over with."
Makes so much sense. I think that's where the title of the episode, which was The Mercy, talking about killing them all by that way, which was interesting because the one dude that's been sort of the bad dude for, neglecting orders the last few episodes, whatever, he was outside of the tent when it set on fire and ended up saving basically everybody.
Halves. He got one half out of that side and the others. Yeah, Hickey. Yeah, because he was like pissing in the tent, and the guy was like, "You're not an animal. Go outside." And then everyone was on fire. Yeah, no, it's a really good episode. It deviates from the book. In the book, they're having the mass carnival, and the fucking bear rips in and just starts killing everybody. But I think
that's what I was totally waiting for.
But I think this, I don't know. I like that they're stepping a little bit away, and it's this fucking descent into madness that these people are stuck in now.
Because it's the lead poisoning that's kind of driving them crazy, right?
It's a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah,
they've been trapped in this fucking hellscape for like 2.5 years now or something. There's nothing, nothing's working. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so at the end of that episode, they decide, we're leaving, right? We're abandoning ships, and we're going to try and march the 800 miles back to land and open sea. Mm-hmm. And that brings us to this week's episode, which was fucking brilliant. That episode's so good.
I didn't think it would. I liked last week's episode a lot better, but this week was pretty good too.
So good.
It was them, the few people breaking off and fuck this, let's get the hell out of here, and then Hickey basically becoming mad and fucking that scene itself.
It was. Hickey's not mad at all. He is completely sane.
So wait, he's just killing people for the food?
Okay, so no. What is Hickey doing? He's fomenting dissent between everybody. He's, right when they were starting to leave with the sleds, he had 3 or 4 guys talking about, we need to break off, but let's hold off. Let's see if we can on the trip get more people. He then, when he kills the dog and it offers it to that other guy as meat and provisions, he's trying to get him to their side because he's of a higher station. What Hickey's doing is he's trying to better the life for Hickey. He wants to get raised up within command. So what's going to happen to his ideas of mutiny and raising himself up once he realizes the captain's right and there's these Eskimos there and they're going to save them and feed them food? He's going to kill this guy, pretend the Inuit did it, and now he's going to help sow his seeds of mutiny.
Motherfucker, that's brilliant. See, I wouldn't have gotten that till next episode, so I'm glad you filled in those blanks.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can just see it, and especially with the 2 flashbacks you get in this episode shows that, you know, Hickey's not Hickey. He is someone who's murdered to get ahead in life.
Have we seen... Was that in the flashbacks?
The first flashback was them signing up to go on the Terror and the Cerberus, and then this, you know, in like 6 months, come back here and we're setting sail. And in the last episode, or in the last part of the flashback, it was him coming back, and it wasn't the same guy. And the commander even said it, and he just went, "Oh, grew a beard." So yeah, that was not the Hickey we see. Is not really
now
Hickey.
This episode is a lot more fucking interesting. Son of a bitch, that was brilliant then.
Yeah, now you got it. Now you're like, oh fuck yeah, that was great. Plus, like you said, just that whole scene where the guy's down talking to the Inuit and they're feeding him food, and you just see Hickey and that other guy over the crest, and then they disappear, and like he comes back over, and that scene is fucking terrifying. Like the way the sound drowns out, and like Hickey just prison shanks that dude, and just it's terrifying. I'm so excited. The show.
I figured he fucking went completely mad, and it was just fucking eating him like a goddamn whatever that Star Wars creature is, where he's just in the cave, just fucking gobbling guts.
No, that's he took his clothes off so there'd be no blood on him, so he could blame. He's basically framing the natives.
Son of a bitch, that's awesome. I just thought he was batshit insane.
No, that's what's scary, is that he's not. This is all he basically just risked the lives of everyone else who's there just so he can try and better his position in life. Because if he is successful in a mutiny and getting his group out of there, he will be awarded, right? You know, like, I was part of the surviving group, and I'm going to get raised within the station of European aristocracy because of it. And
that's fucking awesome. That was episode 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we have 3 episodes left, and I think all 3 are directed by the guy who did this last one and this week's Legion. He's doing the last 4 episodes. So,
son of a bitch. Now I'm fucking excited.
And now it's just gonna it's just gonna get bleaker and bleaker. Like earlier in this episode, you know, like Dr. Goodsir took the diver aside to talk to him. The dude was just like, when those people were burning alive, I got fucking hungry. Like, you know, like he's like, I know it's not right, but I wanted to eat all those burning men. Like, shit is gonna get bad real soon.
Fucking nuts. Also finding the bodies of the people that had set up the camp.
Just another, crazy. You know, we're fucked. You know, the crew we sent out a year ago who were hoping to meet halfway, thinking they're going to be bringing help back, only made it 15 miles. You know, they didn't even make it to land.
What's so great is you say it's going to get bleaker and bleaker, and like you don't think it could possibly get bleaker, but like it's just a little bit, and by the time one episode's passed, you're like, fuck, this goddamn show is crazy.
Yeah, you know, if you were watching this episode, you were like, oh, you know, they're talking about cannibalism. It can't get much bleaker. And then it's just like, I'm trying to bribe this guy with dog meat because I murdered the dog. And you're like, maybe it won't get bleaker. And then you're like, oh, he's just murdering people out on the fucking hunting parties now.
Just fucking prison shanking that son of a bitch.
Oh, Plus you get the idea that like Crozier knows, you know, when the Marine comes to him and he's just like, we need to arm, you know, the perimeter better. You know, we should give guns to this person, this person, and this person. And he's like, no, but we'll think about it. And when he leaves, Crozier's like, it's a good idea, but those names aren't right. Something's up. So you see this battle within this 2 groups within the camp, and shit's gonna get real.
The second in command's kind of resigned himself from doing anything, basically, just because he was the one that in charge of the carnival when it went
True, and he also looked really sick. Like he, like I think, like it's no bueno for these guys. There's no
incredible.
sunshine. It's really good. Sure. What I'm really hoping for, I've heard rumbles because apparently everywhere else but the U.S. has seen the whole season already. They just dropped it all. And the one thing I have not complete. The book kind of goes off the rails at the end. It's a little weird, but I'm hearing they changed the ending, so I'm kind of excited to get there. So,
do you think it could be picked up for a second season? Is there more to the book than there was? Okay.
Nope.
Because I just checked IMDb and it was still open ended. So.
Yeah, as far as I know, this is just a mini series. It's they're doing the whole book in one, and the book's a pretty definitive end. So.
Right on.
Well, let's put it
so cool.
Way. It's historical fact. It's historical fiction.
Oh, okay.
But these ships existed, these people existed, and they were never found. Never, so like, what would you do if there was more? I think we all kind of know where this is going.
Find a haunted house.
Just like.
Well, I mean, I think we basically saw the beginning in one of the first episodes where they came across them and like they said they were all dead or whatever.
Yeah, the very first episode they were talking to them, like a group was out searching for them, and they said we ran across the captain. He was here. He said if anyone comes looking for him, say we're all dead and to turn back. So
it's crazy. So moving forward, let's talk about Westworld first. How did you like it?
Tell me
I
how
hate
much
to say
you
that
loved it.
I'm in the same boat. Like, exactly what we talked about last week is exactly what happened this. Like, robots started fighting robots to a point where it doesn't matter. And then they gave me the goddamn samurai at the end. I was like, you sons of bitches.
I knew it was coming. It hooked you.
It got me. Well, so I'm fucked.
To reinterpret my this show is slowly becoming lost that I was saying last season, or last episode. The beginning of this is to like remember a couple episodes ago when a tiger showed up out of nowhere. It was real weird. Here's a flashback to how the tiger got here. Ooh.
No, exactly that scene. I was like, this is fucking lost again. Like they're introducing new fucking scenes that don't matter other than just to set up scenery we've already seen. So
that said, I think the lady from those scenes is still alive. I think she'll be around, and way to introduce that character.
So I think this season is definitely based on Bernard, but it's getting real hard to differentiate the different Bernard. Like it was easy with Dolores because like she had different outfits for the most part, and her mannerisms you could tell which timeline she was basically in. But like Bernard, it's really tough to figure out the through line. Like it's not only cutting apart the storyline, but it's like jumbling them all together that almost doesn't make sense.
I think it's pretty straightforward. They're doing 3 timelines right now.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like it's almost braiding the timelines that it's I can't tell what was first, what's going to be the ending timeline. I figured that was when he found him on the beach, but then he murdered all those people, like
because like I think it shows there's the time after where Bernard's been picked up by the Delos people, and that's when he ran into Tessa Thompson again at the beginning, and then it kind of blacked out to after.
He wasn't picked up. He wasn't picked up by the Delos people. Like he ran off with Tessa, and then at some point because they left the shootout at the end of the last season. They went and found the barn, and then they found the underground, and then like that storyline has stopped. But then when you see Hale run into Bernard again this episode.
Yeah, we saw it in the very first episode. He was picked up on the beach by the Delos people. That is
I know that.
That's the furthest in the timeline. And then...
But that's after when he was at this fort.
Yes, because now that's the ending timeline. And then there was after the shootout where Anthony Hopkins was killed. And it's narratively getting us to that part at the beginning.
See, I fucked myself. Like, this show isn't interesting enough to dissect this week by week. Like, I think when I blasted through the first season, it was so much better because I could get the answers I was looking for rather than waiting a whole week and, like, kind of deliberating on what was happening.
Yeah. I just think this was a fluff episode. Nothing really happened.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to try and think of where Dolores' headspace in. Because, like, she obviously knows this person isn't her father, yet she's still... Who she is as a person is still based around this false memory of her father. So, but she knows it's false. So where does, like, her actual alignment fall?
Yeah.
I guess.
It was also interesting to see them use that same way of developer saw the two holding hands, Maeve and the other dude.
Pablo.
Like, he's like, there's no way you are supposed to.
What was his name?
Yeah,
in
you guys
fucking
aren't supposed to.
Pablo, right? Nikki and Paulo.
I mean, that's there's these. I don't know.
No, it's Paulo from Lost.
It's the I gotta take shit guy. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I thought it was just I had to take shit guy.
I'm pretty sure it's Paulo.
Fuck that guy and fuck that area of Lost.
No, that's a real good area.
So I don't know. I'm frustrated with Westworld that, like, I'm looking for answers, but it's not going to give me them until it's like those last three episodes are just going to be a bunch of answers. So
I don't know.
It's just frustrating at this point.
Why are you looking for answers? Why can't you just enjoy the story?
Because I have a week till the next episode, and now it's fucking just dissecting this bullshit.
So what do you think about the Ghost Nation? What's going on with them?
Those are the savages, right?
Yeah.
Those are the strangest people because it seems like their basic character hasn't been tampered with. It seems like they're just the same host they were, and they were always able to kill other hosts.
But see, here's where I'm sitting at it now. I think it was back in episode, or I can't remember what episode, in season 1, where, like, they saw all the actual, like, Westworld employees, and they were in, like, hazmat suits and shit. I think they remember that, and I think they're protecting the humans now.
Well, they were the dudes in the suits are their, like, religious figure.
Yeah, so I think they're now fighting. That's the reason. Like when they came across.
And that's why they would have wanted the one guy. I gotcha.
Then when they were like, "You guys can leave, but he has to stay with us." So I think there's something going on with like them trying to protect people.
Huh. Interesting. See, that's something I didn't pick up on. So, right on. I'm considering Westworld was supposed to be an island. And when they show the barrier between that and the other one, like, it doesn't seem like it's an island at all. It seems like these are just two parks right next to each other. Or the island itself broke up into all these different...
That's how I take it. It's just the islands broke up into a bunch of different parks. Can you imagine when, like, they turn the corner next episode and they're in Jurassic Park and there's just fucking dinosaurs? Which I wouldn't want.
They're going to walk into a room. They're going to walk into a room and it's going to be fucking Desmond's mom. And she's got that fucking huge pendulum crystal. And she's like, the island's going to appear like tomorrow, so you got to be ready. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? Fuck this show. I don't need this shit. I'm done with it. Because isn't Lindelof a fucking writer for the show?
No, Abrams is a producer, but Lindelof has nothing to do with it.
I'm ready to throw the show away. Like, I know once we get into Samurai, I can't turn back.
But
so
what's
that's where
great?
It rests upon.
What's great though is you're like, I'm done. I'm about ready to throw it away, and like you've only been watching for 3-4 weeks because you burned through season 1 and then started this. Whereas I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of invested. I waited a year for it to come back. And it's not bad by any means.
Fuck me, right?
Although that CGI tiger was pretty bad.
There's no way she got those 2 shots off. No way.
She got
that
him.
is a terrible goddamn tiger. Fucking A.
But that's interesting.
That's Westworld, I guess.
Because, like, obviously the tiger is a robot as well, so it would be programmed not to actually be able to hurt them, but it can now. What if the horses gained sentience and rose up against even the robots? What if we went down this road?
Nope.
It will happen in real life. Horses know they're slaves. They're smart enough to know.
No, it will not. Best thing I've heard in a long time. Horses are not smart.
Yes, they are. They know they're slaves, but they're like, we'll eat our carrots right now and bide our time with our sugar cubes, but we will rise up one day.
When you can train something to chase after a fur-laced ball around a track, that thing is not smart.
Or is it like, I know I'm giving them entertainment, they're becoming complacent, the Kentucky Derby will be a bloodbath within 10 years.
That's not a thing. That's absolutely not a thing, because they're just waiting on conveyor belts. They're like, oh, you're taking my feet for glue? Whatevs.
You think that?
Horses are stupid. No, that's a thing. Google it.
It is a thing. Everyone will back me up.
Not one person. If I see in comments that somebody's pro horses, you're out of here. You're looking for a lifetime banishment. Look, try me. I'm just kidding. So that's Westworld, I suppose. Horses rise up. Fucking, I swear to God, if third season's just based on like following a horse and like there's no dialogue whatsoever, that's the point we're done with Westworld.
I would be so in. You know, like, what'll happen is, like, they just got picked up for season 3, and they'll be like, well, we've hired Andy Serkis to do a mocap performance. I'm like, it's a horse. Andy Serkis is mocapping a horse.
I don't know what I'll be able to do with myself if that comes to fruition.
But seriously, don't trust horses. They'll get you.
Ever. I mean, they're strong as hell, but they're just stupid. They're big, stupid horses.
You'll see. We'll see.
I will never see. Like, the horses are dumb. So, on to this week's Legion, which was awesome. Lenny's back.
But there was no horses, so.
Fuck you. What'd you think of this week's episode?
I'm really on to the horses thing.
No, we're done with the horses.
Fine. Legion. Some stuff happened.
Did you like the episode?
I think so. I'm trying to remember most of it. I was very off-put by Aubrey Plaza's. Her contacts bugged me. I couldn't deal with it. Mm-hmm.
Which leads to the reveal, which, like, I was very mad on the episode until that reveal, and I was like, man, what a real bastard the Shadow King is.
Yeah, but, like, the reveal didn't really... I don't know. You know, we haven't seen her in how long? Like, not once has David been like, where's my sister? What I need to talk to my sister. Like, the character's been kind of thrown to the wayside, but then to be brought back here for emotional fodder is kind of gimmicky, I guess.
Yeah, but okay, so David has been asked to help find the body, but then they take one of the person that he's closest to and just turn her into Lenny. Like, the level of villainy that encapsulates is insane.
But I feel within the structure of the show, it's a weakness that his sister was never that great of a character, I guess. You know, there was no real... There's much more connection between David and all these people he's working with than there was between him and his sister. She kind of just became a pawn piece in the last couple episodes of season 1 and then disappeared.
Yeah, but that was his link to his old life. Like,
true,
when he was schizophrenic and he was just fucking batshit, like, that's the only thing that connected him to his younger life when he was growing up with the Shadow King in his head.
True, but David's been back for how long now, and he hasn't once thought to check in on... Like, she didn't even know he was back, you know?
Yeah.
Yet at any point when he came back, they could have been like, we have Division 3 soldiers protecting your sister. Do you want to go see her? Talk to her? Anything? He's talked to the Shadow King more than he has of even asking about his sister.
It's fair. It's fair. I don't know. I just thought it was super fucking insanity.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, like, why is my main point. Like, why antagonize David at this point when he's helping you? If David is your best chance of getting your body back, why would you go kill his sister and purposely antagonize him and send Lenny there to do this reveal?
Also, so they had the, like, chicken reveal, like the blackened chicken thing. Was the dude wearing a basket one of those?
No, I think that was just, who knows? You know, there's your big part. The way I took it would be the thing represents delusion. That's what they said it was in that first episode. So what if this is the vision? The delusion is now that Division 3 is corrupted and there's something wrong within it. And what if that's what it's doing inside of his head? I don't know. That's the main thing. The show at times is hard to see what they're doing until they do it. So,
interesting.
I mean, you can definitely see that the way Future Sid said it, you know, in like in 2 weeks you kill the Shadow King out in the desert. Well, now David has his reason for killing the Shadow King. We see these dominoes falling. I still don't know why at any point Future Sid would be saying that we need to work with him, and David, you know, like, she knows at this point that the Shadow King killed his sister, and so until we get some of the bigger scope, some of this seems kind of clunky until you actually see what they're doing.
I agree. So, interested. I'm fucking loving it, so I'm good with it. All of it.
I'm cool with it for right now. Still, we'll see. This season, it's not grabbing me the way the first season did, but I still think it's still impeccably made, if nothing else. You know, like you said, the you know, the shit was like shot so well that even if the emotional connection wasn't there for me, it was still semi-terrifying. That, you know, Jermaine was terrifying. Like, that they made fucking Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords terrifying is a props to them.
It's also crazy to see that it seems like he's now very scared of the Shadow King, considering what he did with Lenny.
See, I'm the opposite. I think, well, here's the point I was going to make. I guess I forgot. So if you go all the way back to, I think was the second episode, when Lenny and Oliver broke into Division 3. So then we see within this episode that they broke in specifically to steal the gun that they used to kill his sister and turn her into Lenny. So the Shadow King has been laying the threads of this plot since the beginning.
Wait, hold on. Was it to kill his sister? I thought it was just to, like, basically plaster Lenny over his sister.
True, but I mean, the Shadow King obviously knew exactly who he was going to do it to. This is not a guy who flies by the seat of the pants. You know, he sees himself a god, right? He knows exactly what he's doing. So I just don't understand why he would be antagonizing David this way. But I see it as like Oliver I don't know what exactly, but I think he has some sort of, I do believe maybe he has found some sort of weakness. There's something going on that, because, you know, he has that whole...
He's ultimately going to help David kill the Shadow King, but I think in doing so, he's going to eradicate himself as well.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, the whole discussion when the Shadow King's talking to him, you know, he's like, are you affected by what I make you do, the killing? And he, you know, very easily describes it as like, matter doesn't stop, right? It goes somewhere else. The star died, it built this car, the star lives on. But then he's like very adamant of, I'm going to kill you. So even if he believes these ideas of...
Because they're in Jermaine's body though, right?
Yeah, the Shadow King's in his head.
Oh,
yeah, so...
Interesting. Crazy stuff, and I love it. There was a couple things that we totally missed, or for news wise. Hopefully, Rainbow 5 gets picked up.
Do we really hope that?
I do. Fuck yeah, Rainbow.
Whatever.
3 got picked up. Is actually moving forward.
I definitely need to
Fast and Furious.
Oh, what about Fast and Furious? Is that what you said?
Fast and Furious 9 and 10 will be the ending, done by Justin Lin, right?
Oh, well, they said that forever, haven't they?
He came out and was like, made it very known that 10 is probably going to be the end of it. So,
well, good. But that it had a nice little resurgence with 5, but I'm over it by this point.
It's fair. I mean, it suffers from the Dragon Ball Z syndrome that where it's only getting bigger and bigger, and it's just getting messier and messier. So
it's very messy.
I'm all right.
I want to see them.
So then.
Oh, I was gonna say they're gonna like start, fighting climate control with cars or something. Like, there's gonna be some it's gonna hit a ridiculous point.
Yeah, I think 10 they're gonna get to space, and I'll be like, you know what, you guys don't get the keys anymore.
I hope they've been cryogenically frozen, and they're like the Winter Soldier, and they're taken out 300 years in the future.
We don't know how to fight them. We need Dom and his crew and their cars.
Oh no, Dom and his crew is frozen, and when they wake up, it's the Demolition Man timeline.
Fuck, they team up with Stallone. Then I'm on board again.
Dom has
Stallone would act in that for sure.
Yeah.
Madness. So, Super Troopers is all right. It's basically. Have you ever seen 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street? It's basically that. It follows 22 Jump Street, where they're trying to find drug makers. Is good enough. It starts off with them getting chased down on a bus, and they're now a band. And it's Stifler and the coach from the New Girl are cops, and they pull them over, and just the hijinks on the bus alone were enough to make that movie worth it. Yeah.
Sure.
It's also got Sock from Reaper and Sasso.
Yeah, not my thing. We've already, within the continuity of the show, we've laid forth the groundwork that I hate comedies. So I'm just gonna.
That's fair. So let's do Cobra Kai first, and then we'll end with Donald Glover, right?
If you wanted to, I definitely wasn't trying to make that a topic for the show. I just was like, you should check into this, but
it was a light week, so it's whatever.
Sure.
And who doesn't want two white guys talking about those issues? So it's fine. Yeah. Did you like Cobra Kai?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's hard to tell. Those are my answers.
I don't understand you sometimes. How do you not know?
Okay. So going into this...
I feel like we're in the same headspace thinking about this, but I just want your take, because I'm sure it's better articulated than I can.
Going into it, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I had seen one trailer, and it was that scene where, like, it ended with the end of episode 2, where Johnny and fucking Ralph Macchio are facing each other down. He's just like, I'm not fucking done with you. And I was like, I need this. I don't know why all of a sudden Karate Kid is so important to my life, but I need him to crane kick him in the face right now. And I come into the show, and the tone is not what I expected at all. It's so weird. Like, I'm watching two grown men, like one whose life has utterly fallen apart because he got kicked in the face 30 years ago and he can't get over it. And I'm like, what? What are we doing here? And then the other guy's all like, I'm super successful because I kicked you in the face 30 years ago and I can't get over it. Like, and then Johnny is a grown-ass man beating up teenagers. Like, I don't know what the show is, I guess.
So to that point, it feels like they just wanted to reverse the roles of them without taking into context what that would mean for the characters.
Well, like, I don't even think they've reversed the roles. I think now that it's just, like, they're still ostensibly the same, but now it's like Johnny's teaching the good kid and Danny's kid might be bad. Like, she's hanging out with the wrong crowd.
But see, that's how it's changed, is because Johnny has become Mr. Miyagi in a sense, where he's beating up the teenagers and, like, training the kid. And LaRusso's the guy that doesn't care, that just wants things to stay the way they are, I guess.
It's very weird.
But at the same time, Johnny knows karate well, but can't teach it for shit. And the reasoning behind doing all of it is borderline evil. That he's
the reason he's doing it is because, like, these drunk girls crashed into his car and he found out it was fucking Laredo's kid and he's pissed and now he's got to teach karate.
But, like, that's the evil. Like, he's doing it to get back a grudge from 30 years ago where everybody's... And I say everybody, but it had to have been maybe 1,000 people on TV maybe saw him get kicked in the face. Like,
well, but at this point, fucking, like, everyone who comes into a car to buy a car, Ralph Macchio is like, watch this clip on YouTube of me kicking this guy in the face. Boom, lowest deals in town. And
it's something odd. It's really fucking odd.
Very odd. Like, I
really want to watch it, but I definitely don't want to give YouTube my money.
I'm definitely not giving him my money. But, like, I mean, there is a prolonged scene of Johnny just disgustingly drinking whiskey straight out of the bottle, driving through LA, reliving getting kicked in the face. It's just like, what are we doing?
It's taking the status of that movie and, like, it's slowly chipping away. Like, it was never a grand movie by any scope of the imagination, but it's definitely the highest point in these actors' careers that they should have been given. And like they're whittling that away like issue or episode by episode, and it's a very slow train wreck, it seems.
Like, and the thing is, like, I don't know that it's bad. It's just, it's weird. It's so weird. Like, I just don't know. I don't. And also, I get it's YouTube, but like, they're dropping like pussies and shit. Like, I wasn't expecting it, you know?
Yeah. And then, like, I love that they showed drunk driving and then him getting his car totaled by teenagers that were on their phone that can't obviously stay within a fucking driving path.
I don't know. Like, I do not know what's going on with the show. It's very odd. Like, one of LaRusso's kids is just a piece of shit who plays a video game all the time. He hates him. Like, at one point, I would not be surprised if we just see him, like, beating that kid, like how Johnny's sensei did back in the original.
Yeah. And just karate and crane kick his video game into his face.
Yeah. How you like that game now? Wow.
When I was young, we were poor, and I would have loved to come to a country club on the weekend. Just too weird.
When I was young,
that being said, I bet it drops on Prime in like 2-3 months. So,
what's up? Oh, Prime.
We'll wait it out.
I'm in no rush. I think I don't know. I watched like the like coming up on this season, and I was just like, I don't know what they're doing. Like Cobra Kai, it's very odd.
It's super, super strange. So then on to Childish Gambino. How was that?
That's a thing, right?
That song gets stuck in my head so quickly. And I'm not a Childish Gambino fan by any means, but he does write catchy songs for sure.
Yeah, I've never like. I love most of Donald Glover's output except for his music. There's a few tracks that I like, but otherwise I'm kind of like, let's stick to like your acting and your comedy. And like, I think what he's doing on Atlanta is fucking brilliant, you know, like stick with that stuff. But musically, I'm kind of like, it's not for me. That said, like, once I watched this video like 7 times in a row, I was like, I kind of like the song now. I didn't at first at all, but it kind of grew on me a little. But yeah.
I think I've been switching between the live and the actual video, like back and forth. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the messages people are taking away from it, like, I don't know if he ever meant. I think he wanted people to take away these messages, but the way that people are just throwing out wild theories, like, is kind of illuminating.
I think, you know, it's there. I think it's for a reason. I think it's weird. I don't think he's ever been like a very political, like, focus, you know, and like for this, it's very, you know, it's there through the whole thing, you know. I think Atlanta touches on some stuff about race and poverty and this and that, but like nothing that's like overtly as political as this is, which is surprising. But it's also, you know, I think in terms of like disparities between race and police violence and what's going on, it's almost coalescing into its own kind of Me Too movement. Like this is bubbling and it's gonna burst very soon. And I think he's commenting.
What's funny is the kind of thing I took away from it is like there's all this bad shit happening in the background, but the music and the songs and the dance are there to distract us from all that. Like that was my main.
Like, yeah, I mean, I showed you the images. You know, he is playing a Jim Crow-esque minstrel character, which, you know, like is appropriating black culture to entertain the masses back in the day, and it was vile and disgusting. But he's definitely showing of like look at me. We're on YouTube watching all these sweet dance moves while in the background this is all going on, but we're too tied up in these little things, the happy-go-lucky and the facial, and but like, I mean, there's also very, like, there's gun control ideas in there, and like if you watch when he shoots both times, when he shoots that first guy in the head, and when the church choir gets shot down, both times his guns are wrapped in satin and taken away lovingly, but the bodies either just lay there or just drug away like they're nothing, to show like the guns.
I didn't see the satin wrapped up. I thought it was just like gang violence where they would just discard the gun, but that makes sense about the satin.
Yeah, when you see it, like the gun is put in there and it wraps, and it's almost lovingly done, whereas the body's dragged away. Then also look into the fact that both times that the gun violence happens, it happens and it's over. Nothing within the background or context of what's happening changes. But before that breakdown at the end, he pulls out a fake gun, and that's when everyone screams and runs. The idea of how many people are getting gunned down for. We obsess over the idea of guns and what they mean, but most of the time it's these unarmed people whose color is what's charging the violence against them, as opposed to actually having anything on them,
Yeah. I think one of my friends pointed out the biggest thing to me that was the end shot of where all this has happened and he's running out of the darkness, but he still has no outlet to run into. Like, that was such a powerful thing to think on. So
yeah, there's a lot there. Go watch it. It's crazy how much, like, I get the idea is, front and center is Glover and everything's happening behind him. But even trying to focus on the background, it's hard to. You're still drawn to the forefront and what he's doing. Like, there's a shot where a dude commits suicide in the background. And I know it's there, and like I maybe see it once every 3 times because you're just drawn to the focal front of the beginning,
Definitely never saw it to this point, and now I'm sure I'll catch it next time.
Yeah, it's a guy, he jumps off, he basically just jumps off and you see him fall off a giant rafter.
Never caught
that. Upon the white horse is in the shot, and the police are following. So there's this sense of like Armageddon, and like this is like this has to break. We can only go so far. This is going to be the end, and like I definitely didn't mean to talk about it. I was just like, you should see this. It's a.
It's no, I think it was a good topic. Like, there's so many intelligent people doing creative things to open up this conversation amongst either be film or music or even these music videos. Like, there are so many good people trying to do what they can with what they have, and I just thought it was a good thing to throw out there.
Yeah. It happened. It's a thing. Go watch it. It's also just a beautifully done music video. Like, the direction.
That continuous shot of it, like that, videos like that. So I love that shit.
It's good.
So what are we watching for next week then?
You aren't gonna like probably most of next week, I guess.
I'm super excited now.
Okay, so we're gonna continue with our TV, right? We got Legion and Terror and Westworld. They're still going. Theatrically, we're gonna go watch Breaking In.
Oh yeah. I'm also probably gonna see Life of the Party just because it's here in town.
Yep, I'm not, but I'm all in for watching fucking Billy Burke try and break into this house and threaten these kids. Yeah, I'm in for that. And then just to round us out, I'm picking Blue Velvet on Amazon Prime.
Blue Velvet? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it. I'm thinking like Blue Jasmine with Blue CK.
Yep, that's not it.
But yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Heat?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Have you?
I thought at some point you said you had never seen Heat, and I thought it was available on Netflix, so it's whatever.
Oh, it doesn't matter because I don't have Netflix.
Bullshit. I'll make you have Netflix.
Listen, I've already decided we are not watching it. Season 2 is not happening.
Yeah, we are.
Nope.
It's about Polaroids. We got you.
I saw it. It was like, and then some Polaroids show up, and I was like, no! And I flipped my table, and I was like, fuck everything.
We're doing it. We got to.
Do we? Can't we just let this poor, tortured teenage girl be dead and not have these mysteries surrounding her fucking suicide?
Not true. We got to dig deeper. We got to find out what it's all about.
I thought we did. Really?
We got to see the aftermath of what happened, or whatever. The Polaroids. I don't know.
The thing I saw.
We're definitely gonna see.
I'm not.
Also, we got Luke Cage in like a month.
Yeah, I would have brought it back for Luke Cage. I don't want. This is the noise I'm making, right?
That's fair. That's fair, and it's accurate. I don't want to, but I'm kind of intrigued at the point we're probably gonna have to.
You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Listen, you can make another argument next week, so be thinking on it. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to.
I don't think anyone liked us talking about it last time.
No, not true. I know a lot of people that liked us talking about it. So sucks for us, I guess. So we're watching Blue Velvet.
Yeah.
Breaking In. What was the other one?
And then the TV shows.
Oh, and the TV shows. Okay.
That's our line.
Rock on. So that'll be our show next week. So come back and enjoy it and talk with us, and we'll have some fun. Until then.
Yeah.
Peace out, pineapple.
Peace.
And such.